All right. Big Premier League matchup this weekend. Bournemouth hosting the league leaders Liverpool. We've got 3 sources for you today. Betting tips from footy accumulators, a match preview from the Standard, and a prediction from Sportskeeda. We're gonna synthesize those for you, give you some key insights, maybe even some fun facts to impress your footy friends.
Yeah. By the end of this deep dive, you'll be dropping Premier League knowledge like a pro.
Okay. So Liverpool are sitting at the top of the table right now, 6 points clear of Arsenal. Looks like they're in a good spot to win that second Premier League title.
Right.
But they're also chasing a historic quadruple Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup.
Wow.
Long shot, but they're still in it.
It's pretty impressive.
And then on the other side, you got Bournemouth. I don't think anybody expected them to be in the top 4 race at this point.
Nobody.
But here they are, a point behind Man City, and Donny Irola's coaching has been incredible.
Yeah, he's got them playing this attacking, high-pressing style. It's basically swarming the opponent when they have the ball.
Oh, okay.
Trying to force a mistake and win possession back quickly. So it's high risk, high reward. But it makes for some exciting football. Speaking
of exciting, you might think, oh, Liverpool has this in the bag. But Bournemouth, they've already beaten Arsenal and Man City at home this season.
That's right. And you look at the head-to-head, Liverpool has dominated this matchup historically.
Right.
We're talking 18 wins for Liverpool to only 2 for Bournemouth. But this Bournemouth side's different. They're playing with confidence, swagger. They've shown they can beat anyone on their day.
Yeah, and both teams are coming into this match in great form. Bournemouth are fresh off a 5-0 demolition of Nottingham Forest.
And Liverpool, while they did lose midweek to PSV in the Champions League, they rested a lot of their key players for this match. So that loss doesn't really tell us much about their true form. Before that, they had a convincing 4-1 win over Ipswich. So both teams are coming in with momentum.
So we've got this clash of coaching philosophies too.
Right.
Iriola, he loves that high-pressing, attacking style, but Arne Slot at Liverpool, he's really made them into this dominant force.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how these two styles will match up. Liverpool is efficient. They're clinical. They just wear teams down.
Yeah.
Will Bournemouth's pressing disrupt Liverpool's rhythm, or will Liverpool's experience and composure just be too much? It's going to be a really interesting tactical battle.
Now, key player to watch, Justin Kluivert for Bournemouth. Do you remember a few years back when everyone was like, oh, he's the next big thing?
Yeah.
Seems like he's finally, living up to that potential.
The son of Dutch legend Patrick Kluivert is having a breakout season, silencing his doubters with 11 goals and 4 assists in the league. So can he deliver another magical performance against this tough Liverpool defense? It'll be something to keep an eye on.
All right. Let's talk team news. Bournemouth, they've got a pretty long injury list, but there is some hope that some key players might be back for this match.
Okay.
Liverpool, on the other hand, are relatively healthy. They rested players midweek, so they should be fresh and ready to go.
It'll be a potentially revitalized Bournemouth squad going up against a well-rested Liverpool team. This is shaping up to be a really, really intriguing match.
All right. Before we get into the predictions, let's see what our sources are saying.
Okay.
Footy accumulators are putting their money on a 2-1 Liverpool victory.
Okay.
The Standard is also predicting a 2-1 Liverpool win.
All right.
But Sportskeeda, they're going with a 2-2 draw.
Ooh, interesting.
So the experts are divided. Some are leaning towards Liverpool's experience and quality. Others think Bournemouth's home advantage and their ability to just, slay those giants could lead to a draw.
Yeah, it all comes down to, who can execute their game plan. Will Bournemouth be able to disrupt Liverpool's rhythm and create some chaos? Or will Liverpool just, control the tempo and pick Bournemouth apart?
And here's a little something to add to all this.
Yeah.
This game won't be televised live in the UK because of the 3 p.m. blackout.
3 p.m. blackout.
Makes you wonder if they're trying to keep Bournemouth's, Cinderella story under wraps.
Interesting.
All right. Well, before we move on to part 2, where we really dig into the tactical side of things and player matchups, what are your initial thoughts? What stands out to you? We'll be back in a flash with more.
All right, so let's dive a little bit deeper into the tactical side of things. We touched on it earlier, but Bournemouth under Iraola, they play this high energy, pressing style. It's not just about winning the ball back. It's about where they win it back. They want to suffocate Liverpool high up the pitch, force them into a mistake, and then bam, transition quickly into attack.
Almost like they're playing with an extra man, right? Constantly harassing the opponent,
Making them uncomfortable.
Exactly. It disrupts the opponent's build-up play. We've seen it work against, some of the best teams in the league. But how will it work against a team like Liverpool, who are so comfortable playing out from the back? That's the question.
Yeah, and Liverpool underslot. They're a well-drilled team. We know they're good at finding space even under pressure.
Yeah, think of it like a game of chess.
Yeah.
Even when Bournemouth is applying all that pressure, Liverpool's midfielders, like Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, they're so technically gifted. They can break lines with their passing. They find these little pockets of space. They keep the ball moving.
So it's like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Liverpool's composure under pressure will be a factor in this match? Absolutely, yeah. If Bournemouth can disrupt Liverpool's rhythm early on and force some turnovers in dangerous areas, they could create some real chances. But if Liverpool can, weather that initial storm and just establish their passing game, control the tempo, they can start to pick Bournemouth apart.
So it sounds like the midfield battle is going to be crucial.
Oh, absolutely. If Bournemouth's midfielders can win those second balls, prevent Liverpool from dictating play, they have a much better chance of getting a result. But if Liverpool's midfield can just impose their will, it's going to be very difficult for Bournemouth to contain them. It's a classic clash of styles. Bournemouth's aggressive pressing versus Liverpool's controlled possession.
Okay, let's zoom in on some individual matchups that could make a difference. Obviously, all eyes will be on Justin Kluivert. For Bournemouth, he's been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he can cause problems for Liverpool's defense?
He certainly has the tools. He's quick, skillful. He's in top form, and he'll likely be up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's an outstanding attacking fullback, but he can be a bit vulnerable defensively. If Kluivert can exploit that space behind Alexander-Arnold, he could create some dangerous opportunities.
And what about Mohamed Salah for Liverpool? He hasn't been scoring as many goals lately, but he's always a threat.
Salah is a world-class player, capable of producing a moment of magic out of nothing, and against Bournemouth's high defensive line, he'll have opportunities to run in behind, use his pace, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him back on the score sheet in this match.
So we've got Kluivert potentially exploiting Alexander-Arnold's defensive vulnerabilities. We've got Salah looking to exploit Bournemouth's high line. What about the midfield battle? We were talking about how important that is.
Right, yeah. You've got Liverpool's midfield trio, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, all fantastic passers, very comfortable under pressure. They'll be up against Bournemouth's likely midfield three of Christie, Adams, and Brooks. They're all very hardworking, tenacious players. That's where the game could be won or lost. If Bournemouth's midfield can disrupt Liverpool's passing, win those crucial second balls, they'll give their team a fighting chance. But if Liverpool's midfield can dominate possession and dictate the tempo, it's going to be very difficult for Bournemouth to contain them.
And we can't forget about Bournemouth's home advantage.
Yeah.
The Vitality Stadium. It's not the biggest, most intimidating ground in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But it's been a fortress for them this season, especially against the top teams. They beat Arsenal there, Man City there.
Yeah, the crowd can definitely be a factor, especially for a team like Bournemouth that relies on high intensity and pressing. If the fans can create a hostile atmosphere, that could give their team a psychological edge.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it comes down to that underdog spirit. Bournemouth thrives in that role. They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And they're playing with freedom.
That's a great point. Liverpool will be coming into this match with the pressure of maintaining their lead at the top of the table, continuing their pursuit of the quadruple. But, they've shown remarkable resilience this season, even under pressure.
They do have a very strong mentality. They don't get rattled easily. That's got to be a testament to their manager, Arne Slot.
Mm.
He's really instilled this belief and a calmness in this team.
Exactly, yeah. And let's not forget the quality of their squad. Even with some key players rested midweek, they still have a wealth of talent to call upon.
So to recap, we've got a clash of styles, some interesting individual matchups, and the added spice of Bournemouth's home advantage.
Yeah.
It's shaping up to be a fantastic match.
Absolutely, yeah. A battle of tactics, individual brilliance, maybe even a little bit of psychology. who can handle the pressure better, who can impose their style on the game. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, where we explore some potential scenarios and we make our predictions, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash to wrap things up. Okay, so we've looked at the tactics, the matchups, all the storylines. Now let's put on our prediction hats. But before we do that, what happens if Bournemouth gets an early goal?
That would really change things. It'd give them so much confidence. The crowd would be going wild. Liverpool might have to, abandon their patient approach and take more risks. Could be a recipe for a Bournemouth upset, just like we saw against Arsenal and Man City.
Almost like it flips the script.
Right.
Suddenly, Liverpool is chasing the game. Bournemouth has all the momentum and that belief that they can pull this off.
Exactly. But then on the other hand, what if Liverpool scores early?
Yeah.
They're a team that's very good at protecting a lead. They can slow the game down, make Bournemouth chase. That could open up more space for their attackers, like Salah.
So an early Liverpool goal could almost take the wind out of Bournemouth's sails.
Yeah.
It's a psychological blow almost as much as a tactical one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let's say it's halftime, the game's still scoreless. Stalemate, tactical chess match. Who cracks first?
Who feels that pressure more? Yeah.
I'd imagine the pressure would be mounting on both sides.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, with the home crowd expecting another upset. Liverpool needing to keep pace at the top.
Yeah, and that's where the mental side comes in. Can Bournemouth handle the pressure? Can Liverpool stay patient and disciplined and find that breakthrough in the second half? Those are the questions that are going to be answered.
Yeah. It's all about who can execute their game plan under pressure.
Yeah.
Who can make those key adjustments to kind of tilt the game in their favor.
Exactly. It's those little moments, those tactical tweaks that often make the difference between a win and a draw or a loss.
Okay, enough hypotheticals. Yeah. It's prediction time. What's your gut feeling?
Oh. You know what? I'm going to go against the grain here. I think Bournemouth might just nick a draw. I think they're pressing. It'll disrupt Liverpool just enough to keep them from finding their rhythm and, home crowd will give them an extra boost. So I'm going to say one draw.
Wow. Bold prediction.
Yeah.
I can see it happening, but I think I'm going to have to stick with Liverpool on this one. Just their quality, their experience, their ability to control a game. I think it'll shine through. So I'm going for a 2-0 Liverpool win.
All right. Well, as they say, that's why they play the game. We'll find out soon enough who got it right. But one thing's for sure. This match has all the makings of a Premier League classic. We've got tactical battles, potential individual brilliance from players like Kluivert and Salah. High stakes, passionate home crowd. It's a shame it won't be on TV.
Yeah. It is a bit ironic. We're talking about this match being a potential classic.
Yeah.
Most people won't even be able to see it. Makes you wonder about those broadcast decisions.
Well, that's the beauty of football.
Right.
Full of surprises, narratives, drama, on and off the pitch.
Absolutely. So, to our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the upcoming Bournemouth versus Liverpool clash. We've armed you with all the knowledge you need to impress your mates and enjoy the match. Even if you can't watch it, let us know in the comments who you think will win. And be sure to tune in next week for another deep dive into the world of football. Until then, enjoy the beautiful game.